Welcome everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are joining us on this orientation. I just want to welcome you to Bellz Africa. Yes, so today is our orientation, and in case you are watching the recording, yes, we'll be taking you through the Bellz Africa Volunteers Starter Kit. And we say that we are raising generations and rewriting stories. Yes, so we'll be talking about Bellz Africa, our vision, our mission, core values, pillars of impact, our department, and so on. So we welcome you, welcome to Bellz Africa. I'm beyond grateful that you are part of this life transforming journey. Bellz Africa was birthed from a deep desire to see children, teenagers, and youth in underserved communities empowered through quality education, holistic care, and opportunities to thrive. What we are building is not just a non-profit, it's a movement. Together, we are raising future leaders, igniting purpose, and spreading light. Thank you for saying yes. So, about Bellz Africa, what does Bellz Africa stand for? Bellz stands for Building Empowered Leaders Through Learning and Zest. And who are we? Bellz Africa is a youth-focused education and health-driven non-profit initiative under Bellz Foundation. We exist to empower children and teenagers in undeserved African communities, especially those in slums and public schools, by providing access to quality education, holistic care, leadership development, and lifelong support. Through dynamic programs and partnerships, we are raising the next generation of thinkers, builders, and change makers. Our why? Many children in Nigeria and across Africa are left behind due to systemic challenges. Bellz Africa exists to bridge that gap, one initiative at a time, and to create sustainable change through education, empowerment, and community transformation. Our vision is to raise a generation of healthy, educated, and purpose-driven African youth who thrive, lead, and transform their communities. Our mission is to provide underserved children and teenagers with holistic care, education access, digital skills, leadership training, and long-term empowerment by partnering with schools, communities, and systems to create sustainable impact across Africa. What are our core values? Our core values are compassion, access, excellence, innovation, integrity, sustainability, and collaboration. Our pillars of impact: 1. Access to education. 2. Leadership and capacity building. 3. Health and holistic care. 4. Family and community engagement. 5. Youth empowerment and transition support. I'll be explaining this further in the slide as we go on. So our departments and our charts, we have our founder, then we have the programs department, operations department, communications and media department, and we have the finance department. The programs department is in charge of overseeing all programmatic initiatives. So we actually have 5 main programs department under the programs department, or let me say program sub department under the programs department. Then we also have the operations. Under the operations department, we have the operations and the admin, we have the volunteer management, and they also have sub teams under them. Then communications and media, they are the creatives of our team. When we talk about content writing, social media management, photography, videography, all of this come under communications and media department. Then we have the finance department. They are the ones in charge of budgeting and accounting, proposal, and financial reporting. Yes, so we'll be going into our Bellz Africa initiatives. We can see our children staring into our eyes, and yes, we're about to get started. Our first program, that's number one. I said earlier that we have 5 sub-programs under the program, or 5 programs under the program department, because we also have sub-programs under each of these programs. The first is Bellz Care. And what does care represent? Child access, reach, and education. So we are really talking about children, and then we'll break it down better. So under this initiative, we are targeting children between the ages 3 to 12, primary school basically. So our first program under this first initiative is Back to Class project. We are enrolling children in this project. We enroll children in schools, children in underserved communities, children that have been out of school, children that have not been in school for a while, children that have never been in school. We enroll them in school, we provide uniforms for them, school supplies, registration assistance, and then we work with their families, their communities, and the schools. Because we can't just see a child on the road and just grab the child by the hand and take the child to school. The family has to be involved, the community has to be involved, even the school has to be involved. I mean, when I say schools, we are talking about the teachers and the rest. So this is really what we're about in for Back to Class projects, taking the children back to class. That's basically what it is. Then our second program here is Heal and Hope Clinics. So under Heal and Hope Clinics, we are talking about basic medical outreach for these children. When we are talking about deworming, checkups, hygiene kits, these are the things we'll be doing for these children. Then also we'll be having health talks. Definitely, these health talks will be both for the children and the parents. We'll talk about nutrition, cleanliness, and child wellness. Then the third program under this is Kids Park Corners. We have the mobile early learning centers for ages 3 to 7. Then we also have storytelling, creative learning, and caregiver bonding. So for me to know that yes, we've been following this slide, I would like to ask us, and I want us to drop in the comment section, what ages did I mention earlier that they are our targets for the whole of Bellz Care as a whole? What ages what to what is our target for Bellz Care? I would like us to drop in the comment section. All right, thank you so much. Then we'll go to the next one, which is Bellz Lead. Bellz Lead, under Bellz Lead, we have 3 initiatives as well. We have the Digi Lead, we have Career Compass, and we have Rise and Lead Academy. So under Digi Lead, we have digital literacy. Under this digital literacy, we'll be teaching them before I move into the initiatives, the Bellz Lead is about secondary school students between the ages 12 or GS1 to SS3. That's between ages 12 to 18, depends on the age, still in secondary school. So let's just say GS1 to SS3 for Nigerian purpose, and for other African countries, ages from their secondary schools. So we have typing, safe. We'll be teaching them about typing, safe browsing, Microsoft and Google tools, because they are not too young to start learning these things, to start learning about safe browsing, to start knowing what they are meant to check and what they are not meant to check, the links they are meant to click on and the links they are not supposed to click on. Also Microsoft and Google tools, how to make use of them, how to make use of spreadsheets, how to make use of Microsoft Sheets, how to make use of Google Docs, how to make use of PowerPoint and all that. And our focus basically for the whole of Bellz Africa are underserved communities, children in underserved communities and public schools. So most of these children are not exposed to things like this, and this is why we are there. We are there to bridge a gap, that probably their schools or their parents wouldn't have been able to bridge. So we are there to bridge that gap. So we also teach them about basic coding, digital storytelling, and internet productivity, because they don't have to get to the university before they start learning about these things. Now, the next thing we'll be doing is Career Compass. So under this Career Compass, we want to start this clubs in school where they will have the opportunity to do a whole lot of things, which includes career discovery, public speaking, and soft skills. Also, personal branding, vision boarding, and school to life prep. So these are the things we are going to be teaching them, and some of us can testify that probably we had the opportunity to have things like this in our secondary schools, but some didn't have it because they went to public schools. And this is why we are there, to teach them and to guide them the right way they are meant to go. So these opportunities are not just meant for people that are in private schools. So we are taking it also down to those in public schools. Then we have Rise and Lead Academy. Rise and Lead Academy will be teaching them about leadership and values-based decision making, club-based structure. So this club will be under Rise and Lead, but the career compass I mentioned earlier will still fall under this club, because in the club they will explore things like career discovery, public speaking, soft skills, personal branding, vision boarding. It's going to be a very interesting club, right? They also have public service projects, and we also have student-led activities where we have students being president of the club, students being secretary. These things actually begin to teach them about leadership. They don't just hear it, but then they practicalize it. They don't have to get to the university before they start realizing that, oh, I could have been the president of this, or I could have been the vice president of this, the secretary of this, or and it kind of helps to instill boldness and courage in these children. So I don't know if you can remember, drop in the comment section, what age are we targeting for Bellz Lead? What age are we targeting for Bellz Lead, or what kind of people are our target audience for Bellz Lead? So this, I will go to the third one, which is Bellz. Okay, no, not the third one. Still under Bellz Lead, we have the Bellz Summer Camp. It's a flagship annual program. So we'll be having different features for the summer camp. We divide them into two. We have the Girl Code Africa and the Boy Lead Africa. So our motto for the Girl Code Africa is smart, strong, and secure. We'll be enrolling children in schools, provide. Alright, so that was a mistake. For the Girls Code Africa, basically we'll be doing the same thing as the Boy Lead, talking about emotional intelligence and positive masculinity for the boy child, or the children, the male children. And also we'll be teaching them about digital skills, leadership mindset, identity formation, and peer mentorship. So for the Boy Lead Africa, our motto is leadership, lead with purpose, build with integrity. So we'll just divide them into two, because we'll be talking about things that are feminine for the girls and things that are masculine for the boys. I hope you understand. And then other camp features include sports, talent shows, team games, fireside talks, journals, Bellz Awards night. So these are the things we'll be doing for the Bellz Summer Camp. And this takes me to the next, which is Bellz Teach. Whether we like it or not, we cannot just engage the children and not also engage the teachers who will be teaching the children. So apart from even the teachers teaching our children, and when I say our children, I mean the children we are enrolling in schools for primary school, and the children that will be meeting in the secondary schools, right, for digital literacy classes. We'll also extend it to even teachers that, that are all over Nigeria. And when we talk about Bellz Africa, we're not just talking about Nigeria, but we're talking about the whole of Africa as a whole, right? So we'd also teach teachers quite a number of things, and we have 3 programs under this. We have Teach Forward Fellowship, we have EduWell Forum, and we have Digital Edu Lab. Teach Forward Fellowship includes practical, ongoing teacher training and support, also demo lessons, peer coaching, and education best practices. So they know how to treat these children in classes and how to best relate with them. Then we have EduWell Forum. We talk about teacher mental health workshops, burnout recovery, motivation, and classroom joy. Because the truth is, a frustrated teacher cannot teach well, or would definitely transfer aggressions to the children. So this is why teachers are so important in impacting the lives of children. Maybe some of us here can talk about the fact that there were quite a number of teachers that stood out for maybe one or two, not quite a number, maybe one or two that stood out probably in our primary school days or secondary school days or even your university, a lecturer that you can never forget, not because of what they said. Probably you might not even remember anything, they ever taught you again, like word for word, but you could remember how they made you feel. And that is the reason we are doing this. That's the reason for Bellz Teach, because it's not just people don't remember what you say in that sense, but they remember how you make them feel. And that's really what teachers do, good teachers. We have digital edu lab, we have Google tools, and we'll be teaching them about Google tools, digital classroom setup, online assessments, video-based teaching tools. So they are not just limited to the four walls of the classroom, just chalkboard and the chalks or whiteboard and marker, but they know how to use Google tools, digital classroom setup, how to teach online and give online assessment, and also video-based teaching tools. Yes, so we are targeting teachers, grassroots teachers basically. Then now we have Bellz Roots. So now when we say roots, we mean the parents, where the children are from, whether the children or the teenagers. So Bellz Roots, we'll be having 4 programs under Bellz Roots. We have the Parents Connect Circles, Growing with Them, Roots Bees Empowerment, Baba and Papa, and Mama and Baba Champions. So I'll be explaining well about Bellz Roots, because the truth is that there is a limit to what we can do if we don't engage the parents. The parents are the sole, how would I say it, decision makers for these children. So we're having our Parents Connect circles, where we have quarterly meetings with school progress reports, training on parenting, values, and school engagement. Maybe some of us might have experienced it whereby, our parents never came for open days. These things are so important because you wouldn't know about the child's progress in the school. And much more than putting children in school, we are very involved in knowing how they are doing, how they were, where they are right now, and where they will be with their progress. So we'll be having meetings with the parents to track, the records of the children, the progress report, and also training them on values and parenting and school engagement. Then we'll be having Growing with Them. Growing with Them is going to be a workshop on emotional intelligence and child development, whereby many people, to be honest, many parents are not emotionally intelligent in the sense that they don't even know what the children are going through. They don't know how the children feel. They just do things the way they want to do, and they just say things the way they want to say it. But the earlier the better. We should stop transferring generational hurt on the younger ones. We need to break the cycle of that, and this is why we'll be having workshops on emotional intelligence and child development. Also, we'll be training them on tools for helping children manage stress, fear, and behavior, right? So these are the things we'll be teaching them. It's beyond being there for them physically, but also emotionally, mentally, socially. Then we also have Roots Bees Empowerment. Roots Bees Empowerment. In this place, we'll be teaching them about financial literacy, where they learn about budgeting, saving, spending, investing, all those things. They begin to learn, because these people are grassroots people, and I know some of us may have this information on a platter of gold, or you just have the information, but there are people that have never heard certain things before, to be honest. So we'll be teaching them about financial literacy. Also, we'll be taking entrepreneurship skill acquisition and micro biz development. How we can help their businesses, how we can help them scale, how we can teach them to scale as well. Because some people, we teach them how to separate their finances from business finances and all that, because some people don't have a separate finance from their business. They just put everything together and spend everything. So also we're having family legacy and wealth building education, how we teach them that family legacy is important. You also invest for your children, for your partner, and all that. The mother and the father has to be involved, or the caretakers, the guardians, they have to be very involved in the care of these children. Then we have the mama and baba champions. So what has been done to you is now time to do unto others. That is how it is for these mama and baba champions. We would have community parent leaders trained to support other families. Probably right now we have about 100 children in Majedu in Korodu. So whereby when we put all these children in school and their parents have benefited from it, we have them as like advocates, whereby they tell other parents, you might need this. Probably they see children on the street as well that are not going to school, because they are the ones in the grassroots, they are the ones living together. They're able to call us, or they're able to let us know, call our attention to the fact that there are some set of children that are not going to school, or when is the next time to enroll children. And we prepare them ahead of the next session, or probably if they still take children in during the terms, and it's part of our plans and budget, we're able to put those children in school. So now they become like advocates for the community. So that's really their work. That's really what will train them. So they will be trained to support other families. And also peer-to-peer mentorship and mobilization. Probably somebody that has been able to scale a business, she teaches the other person how to do it. Somebody that has been able to enroll, we've been able to help to enroll our children, she's able to tell this other person, do this. Somebody that has been able to gain footing, someone who didn't know the difference between our left and right, or he didn't know the difference between his left and right, is not able to teach other people, mentor people, right? So we can see that this is so interesting, and it's something that we can do if we put our heart to it. And this is why we are taking us through it all as volunteers, because these are the works we'll be doing. It's not just about, I have passion for SDG, I have passion for youth advocacy, but you have to put in the work. The work has to show. We have to do something, and that is where we come in as volunteers. So we also have the Bellz Next. This Bellz Next is talking about people that have left the program from secondary school and they are now alumni, or we also talk about NYSC, and we also talk about youth volunteers generally. So now I'm just going to talk about this. The first thing under Bellz Next is Next Call Fellowship. It is a 1-year service opportunity for alumni, NYC members, and also youth volunteers. So whereby we have leadership training, mentorship, and project execution. So you're not just here to just volunteer and just pour in your energy, but we'll also pour in our energy to you, whereby we can have like monthly, quarterly, yearly mentorship programs, leadership trainings, project execution, and all that, where we have people, we invite guest speakers, that train you on different aspects of life. Also, we have real world impact and organizational support experience. It depends on where your skills will help you to volunteer, where you are put into, the department you are put into. Probably you are just a field volunteer. We have field volunteers. Also, we have people who volunteer based on skill set. Probably you're a photographer, a videographer, a content writer, or you have experience with monitoring and evaluation or something like that. You'll be put in those departments, or you'll be a field volunteer. Depends on what you volunteer for. So all these things are going to help you, because you also gain experience, real life experience. When we started this back to class projects in Majedu, some people were like, they've never been to a ghetto, a rural environment like that. Personally, for me, I've not seen somewhere as bad as that. Like, if I can use that word, the environment, the houses, the water, everything. I mean, it's something that will open your eyes and help you to be grateful. You have real world experiences, you can never get, if you don't volunteer here or probably somewhere else. And I mean, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. And you speak with people, you hear people's story, and you're like, you're not going through a quarter of what these guys are going through. And it's just amazing. It's just amazing. Then we also have pathway programs where we have technical, digital, and vocational skill boot camps, job readiness, entrepreneurship, or career track mentoring. Then we have Scholar Link, that is scholarship database. We'll keep sending scholarship, opportunities to people, application coaching. We get coaches on board for you to teach you, probably those that might want to seek international scholarship. We have coaches that will coach you, on this journey and all. So we have people who come to train about application, how you go about application, your visa and all that, funding access. It's important because if you want to go through a path, you must have somebody that can walk you through it, right? Also, academic support for people that might still be in school, and guidance for tertiary institutions, especially for our teenagers that leave secondary school and want to enter the university. Also, undergraduate scholarships are there for those that that need undergraduate scholarships. Basically, our children, our teenagers, even scholarships in Nigeria. There are so many opportunities that people don't have access to. Access to information is so important. Then our last program under this is Entrepreneurs Arch. So this place we have startup incubator for youth with business ideas. We would have started this right from when they are in secondary school, but just for the sake of people that join us probably during NYSC or youth volunteers, we have startup incubator programs for youth to start their business ideas, how to fund their businesses, how to pitch. We have pitch sessions, mentorship, and startup support funding. I hope we've learned something today. I want us to drop in our comment section, what is 1, 2, 3 things that stuck with you, that you're like, oh, I want to be part of this program because of these things. I mean, probably because you want to give back in this way, not just a vague or generalized response, but part of the things that I've said, probably through the parent session, the teacher zone, something that stuck with you, and then you're like, oh, I really want to be part of this. Drop in the comment section and let me see. All right, so I'm going to be moving to, you can still keep dropping in the comment section and let us, learn. Just drop in the comment section and let every other person learn. So yes, we'll be moving to the volunteer expectations. And yes, this is where, what we expect from you as a volunteer. So we expect that to ensure impact, we embrace a culture of responsibility and respect. So our code of conduct are: 1, treat everyone with dignity, respect, and inclusiveness. I hope you can hear me. Treat everyone with dignity, respect, and inclusiveness. The second is be dependable and show up for assigned roles. We've had situations whereby people say, oh, they are coming, and then that day they won't show up. It's not a dependable character. You have to be dependable, and that doesn't mean that if something urgent comes up, you can't you can't say, oh, I won't be able to come again, but you have to communicate. It's not that people are already dependent on you, that, oh, this person is showing up and then at the end of the person you didn't communicate and then you didn't show up. You have to be dependable. Also, practice clear, timely, and respectful communication. Like I said earlier, clear, timely, and respectful communication is so important. It's not that it's on that day you're not like, oh, I cannot come, and then I can't come. Like, I can't come. It's not a good one. Then also, wherever you find yourself, you are representing Bellz Africa with integrity, both online and offline. You are representing this organization with integrity, both online and offline. Also, for attendance, you have to attend our monthly general meetings, whether virtual or physical. So if you have physical meetings, we'll definitely make live sessions available, because we know that some people are volunteering virtually. Also, if you are unavailable, kindly notify us early so we can make adjustments. So you can notify us early on the volunteers group. You can talk to your team lead, because every team has a leader. So mostly just talk to your team lead. Your team lead is going to communicate to the right person. So the next thing is our engagement guidelines. Engagement guidelines. So number one, communication channels. Mostly we communicate through our WhatsApp teams for unit specific updates and teamworks. Also, Google Calendar invites for events, projects, and important deadlines. This is just specific, not for everyone. Also, volunteer growth opportunities. There are growth opportunities, like I mentioned earlier. You can work on skill-based projects like writing, design, field work, etc. Also, you're allowed to take on leadership roles in campaigns or community projects. You will be surprised, even just as a field volunteer, or just as a volunteer, not part of the core team, you can be made the project lead for a particular project. It depends on how you show up and how you show leadership, and whether I like it or not, all of these things are adding up to your experiences. Then also participate in monthly feedback and check-in sessions. So we would have feedbacks either monthly, quarterly, and yearly, and also check-in sessions. Then recognition and growth. We will celebrate you. As Bellz Africa, we believe in celebrating impact and personal development. We have our Star Volunteer of the Month, letters of recommendation, but letters of recommendation are only available for people who have served for nothing less than 6 months with us. Then access to learning resources and courses, also team retreats and in-person meetups when these are needed. Then we have our safeguarding policy. This is so important that we learn. Our safeguarding policy at Bellz Africa, the safety, dignity, and well-being of every child, youth, and community member we serve is of utmost priority. Our volunteers are expected to uphold the following safeguarding principles. Number one, maintain professionalism, integrity, and transparency in all interactions. You need to be professional, you need to have integrity, you need to be transparent in every interaction. And when we talk about interaction, we talk about interactions with the kids, with the children, the teenagers, the parents, the teachers, even with fellow volunteers, the community people, everyone. You need to maintain professionalism, integrity, and transparency. Also, avoid private one-on-one settings with children or vulnerable individuals. Avoid it. Avoid it, because it can escalate into different things. If you've been a volunteer for a non-profit before, you would understand what I'm saying. Never and never have private one-on-one settings with children or vulnerable individuals. If you are going to talk to any child, ensure that another volunteer is there, or even more than one. The parents or guardians are there, or probably somebody they look up to, so that they won't say something that didn't happened. So please, it is important that you avoid private one-on-one settings with children or vulnerable individuals. And when I say vulnerable individuals, we mean it's not only children, even parents, community people, family, everybody. Avoid private one-on-one. If you're going to talk to, let it be public where everybody can see, right? All right, so ensure all communication and physical interactions are appropriate and respectful. Ensure that all communication and physical interactions are appropriate and respectful. And this is not just about even the children or parents, or even to you volunteers, your team leads, and everyone. Also, report any suspicion, discomfort, or misconduct immediately to a Bellz Africa lead. When you notice any suspicion from either your fellow volunteers or anyone, discomfort or misconduct, immediately report it immediately to your team lead or any Bellz Africa lead that you know. Then protect confidentiality and refrain from sharing sensitive information without consent. Not that you have information about a child, about a parent, and then probably you're a content creator on social media, and then you just get online and then you say, oh, when we're doing this. No, it's not allowed. It's not allowed. Confidentiality is very important. Refrain from sharing sensitive information without consent. Even to people in the team, if how would I say it? As a subordinate, probably you were given access to this particular information. You don't have to tell every other person about it. Or probably there was this man that we met on the field, he said this. You don't have to go out there to share it, except the person wants to share it himself. Probably a video that we uploaded online, and then people see it. That's okay. And even before we can do that, we have to take consent from these people before we do that. In fact, before we even record the video, right? They know that we have to take consent. You can't record a video without the person's knowledge. So anything that is not shared out there publicly and you have information about it, please, it's very important. Do not share sensitive information. Be confidential as much as possible. Violation of these principles may result in immediate suspension or termination from the volunteer program and possible reporting to relevant authorities. And when we say reporting to relevant authorities, if it's something that is beyond our jurisdiction, it's a legal thing, then it has to be reported. All right, thank you so much. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be, afraid that anything bad would happen. If you are a person of integrity, you are truthful, you are transparent, you won't fall victim of anything at all. All right, frequently asked questions. Question 1, what if I have limited time? So that's absolutely okay. At Bellz Africa, we understand that everyone has different schedules. We offer flexible volunteering opportunities based on your availability. From one-time projects to ongoing roles, you can always choose what works best for you. So it depends on where you are volunteering. If it's in a team, you can always talk to your team lead. If you're also a field volunteer, you definitely have a team lead. So if you have limited time, we have flexible volunteering opportunities. And some people ask, can I volunteer remotely? Obviously, definitely you can volunteer remotely. You don't have to be in Lagos to write content. You don't have to be in Lagos to even create video content. You don't have to be in Lagos to do admin works and all that. So yes, we have remote volunteer opportunities available across various teams, which include content creation, admin, communications, research, even mentorship, and more. Then distance doesn't limit impact. You can serve from anywhere in the world. All right, thank you so much. Question 3, will I be trained before assignment? So as I'm speaking, you can start dropping your questions in the comment section and they will be answered. They will be answered. And if you are watching the recorded version, not the live version of this, you can send your questions to the WhatsApp group that you were added to when you filled your first form. All right. So question 3 says, will I be trained before assignment? Definitely. Every volunteer receives a brief onboarding and training depending on the nature of their role. Just like what we are doing, it's training, and then if your role needs extra training, then you'll be put through and trained appropriately. And we want you to feel confident, equipped, and supported as you contribute meaningfully to our mission. Then question 4, how long is a volunteer term? While we welcome one-time volunteers for specific events, our standard volunteer term is 3 to 6 months with options to renew or transition into leadership roles. And this gives you time to grow, contribute, and experience the impact of your service. One thing for me personally is that I believe that there is nothing you do below 3 months that has so much impact. After 3 months, then you begin to see the impact. Like, not that whatever you do before 3 months is not appreciated. I mean, you can do a lot of things in a week, in 2 weeks, and then you make impact. But you know how it is when you stay in a role for 3 months, 6 months. I mean, that's it. And that's why we offer certificates to people who stay between 3 to 6 months at least. All right. Become an official volunteer. If you stayed till this point, I mean, you should clap for yourself. So to officially become a part of the Bellz Africa Volunteer Network, please follow the steps below. 1, take the orientation quiz. It's so simple. It's just everything I've been saying since morning. This brief quiz confirms that you've gone through the volunteer orientation materials. It includes simple questions about Bellz Africa, our values, and your role as a volunteer. For those asking, these starter kits will be made available for you, and you have access to take the quiz. You just need to click on this, click here to take the quiz. Then next is gain access to the volunteer community. Once you complete the quiz, you'll be redirected to a page with links to accept the volunteer code of conduct and safeguarding policy, join the Bellz Africa Volunteer WhatsApp community, and please note, access to official communications, updates, and voluntary opportunities will only be granted after completing this onboarding process. So you are not yet a Bellz Africa volunteer until you take this quiz. You also fill the form for the volunteer code of conduct. It's so simple. You just need to put your name, tick, and that's all. Like, they are really, really simple. And one of the links also consists of your birthday, so that we can celebrate you on your birthdays. Yes, so let's just take the quiz and do the other things that that it's required of us. So yes, we are now in the Q&A session. If you have any questions, please do well to ask your questions in the comment section, and then an admin will definitely answer you, or you send your questions to the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Follow our social media handles: Bellz Africa on Instagram, Bellz Africa on Facebook, Bellz Africa on LinkedIn. Thank you so much. If you have any further information, chat us up on WhatsApp or send us a mail at bellzfoundation@gmail.com. Thank you so much, and God bless you. See you on the other side. I really want to see you. Thank you.